Budgeting is very important to help us manage our finance. And how do we make a budget? We put down our income, we list our bills, we include food, we're not including to-buys. It's a budget with no to-buys. Okay, that's how I'm doing my budget. So no to-buys. Everything is just paying and food, transportation, medical bill, and any debt that we have. So all we're doing is just paying. That's what we're doing. We're not having any spending money. So I have 5 accounts. One account is for my rent, transportation, 2 subscription that I have, and my money that I'm putting aside for the telephone, which is Mint Mobile. I did switch. So I'm going to have that money there in January because I'm doing the year, which is only going to cost me $700 and change for the year compared to $1,600. Then I have another account that I use to pay major bills. So if I have 3 bills, it's coming out from that account. I have another account for my life insurance, for my medical, and I have 1 credit card that's coming out from that account. I have my food account, and I have a personal care account, which is $50 every 2 weeks. So if I want to buy anything extra for myself, that's where I'm taking it out from. I'm not using the other monies from the other account for any personal spending. I do have leftovers because I'm not buying any clothes. I don't have to buy things like deodorant because I have all that. And I just don't buy anything. I'm not buying any clothes. I did make a purchase for a piece of luggage that is going to be easy on my back. I can attach it to my carry-on. I did invest in that, and I think I got a very good deal. It was $110. I got 20% off, and I didn't have to pay tax on it. For some reason, there was no taxes charged. So that was a purchase that I made. I used 2 credit cards. I used 2 credit cards, sorry. I used the American Express green card that I made that purchase, which I already paid off because I had the money. I just used the card. And I also used my JetBlue card. I still prefer to use cash or the debit card because when I think that I have to pay this card, it bothers me. But as soon as it was registered, I just paid it off immediately. And I find that when I have the money going into 5 different accounts, it's much easier for me to manage. I know the money is there, it's paying that bill, and I have extras. The extra that I have, it goes in a sinking fund, and I just learned what a sinking fund is. So that goes into a sinking fund, and that sinking fund is what's going to pay for my Mint Mobile in January because I'm going to do the year. And I already have a good portion of that $700 in that account. It's at this time of the year, it's really crazy when you hear the music, and it's very festive, and the merchants are very intelligent and know how to get people to come in because all the music gets you in a hype. So my thing is, if you don't have to go out, if you don't have to do anything, you're better off staying home, and it's safer anyway. So if you don't have to travel, if you don't have to go to work, just stay home. Unless you have money and you want to go shopping, then you could go ahead and do that. But so far, I'm enjoying the no spend challenge. There are people who said that they're going to join me in January. I look forward to having people join me with the no spend challenge. You can't go wrong. Why I like the budget? I like the budget because it helps me to keep track of my spending. I'm watching everything that I spend. I write it down. If I think I'm spending too much, like when I had the Chick-fil-A, I knew that I couldn't have another Chick-fil-A for that period until another 2 weeks. And I didn't feel guilty because I was in the street and I was hungry, but I didn't have Chick-fil-A, and I didn't have Chick-fil-A and Starbucks, which Starbucks is like a real passion, but I have eliminated that thought of having a passion for Starbucks, so I didn't have any Starbucks. And it's working out fine for me. No Starbucks since October. And it's really, it's really helping me budgeting. Everyone should have a budget. Everyone should make a budget. Don't do it on a piece of paper. Get a book, get a notebook and a pen, not a pencil. And you can get different color pens. I have black, blue, green, and red. Red for when I'm subtracting, green for when I'm adding, blue for food, black for bills, and sometimes I get confused, but it doesn't matter. It stands out. I put the figures down. Everything I put the figures down. And I'm not spending. I don't have a budget for spending money. Although I have a personal care account, it's not spending money. It's a personal care account. So that's where I had my Chick-fil-A money from, and I still had extra for the next 2 weeks that I was able to carry over. Now, the next thing I want to tell you, if you have something that you're used to, okay, I'm going to give you an example. I'm used to having a barber for the past, I believe, year and a half or maybe 2 years. Do not try to save money on something like your hairstyle. I tried to do it. It didn't work out for me. I'm not blaming the barber. I'm not saying that the barber couldn't cut my hair. However, I wasn't pleased because I'm used to having this barber do my hair. I did cut it very low, but it's going to grow back, take its time, and it's going to grow exactly how I want it to grow. I always get the feeling that I want to grow my hair, and then when it reaches a certain height, I just can't do it. I start sweating in my head and it becomes uncomfortable and I want to cut it. So I know personally that I have to put aside that money. If it's going to come out from my personal care, it's money. That's where it's going to come out from. I'm just going to not have any Chick-fil-A and know that I have to cut my hair. I don't really cut it every month. I cut it like every 2 months, and special occasion, if I have, an occasion coming up, then I would cut it. But do not sacrifice something that's very meaningful to you for the money. You're not going to be happy, because after I cut my hair, I felt very awkward. And I thought to myself, I'm never going to do that again. If it's one money I'm going to put aside, it's money for my hair. I hope this video helps somebody. I hope you can get something out of this video for the ending of 2024. Make a budget. Like I said, I was making a budget before and I didn't understand what it was like to make a budget. I was just making a budget. I get my pay and I was paying bills. Now I'm making budget. I'm paying my bills. I'm buying my food. I have money for transport. And I have it in different accounts. So I am not watching the money and feel I have a lot of money. I know this $900 in this account is for my rent, for my transport, my 2 subscription. And I have extra money from that account. I have another account with $200, and every account has its purpose. I hope this video helped you. Thanks for being here with Emily. I truly appreciate you. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever holiday. If you're no holiday, just enjoy yourself. Thank you, and it's a pleasure just posting videos for you. I truly appreciate you.